man.
You know she's right there, right? Yeah, I know. She's probably cold right now.
Right. All right.
No, she's really hot right now.
Yeah, she's really hot. All right, man. We want to know more, but time is of the essence. Let's jump right into Mr. Salvador El Profesor Villalobos. Tell us.
I want to take my mic back. So, what do I like to do outside of real estate?
Yes. Who are you?
Who am I?
Who are you
Same person that I am in real estate. So I'm a mortgage loan officer, and just love to hang out with my family, my kids, seeing how they developed into young men, young lady, just where their mindset is. Nowhere near where I was when I was their age, so I'm very impressed. Now with that to my wife. I got into a big health kick when I turned 46, 47. So, I've changed my eating habits, changed my lifestyle.
Yeah.
So because of that, I feel much more healthy and active, and now I can keep up with my kids. That's one of the reasons.
Sure.
So when you're like a triple X, that was a challenge trying to keep up with them.
I seen your post the other day.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Why are you creeping on my feed, bro? Why are you creeping?
You put it out there, man. You
I'm
put
not
it
even
out
my
there.
friend. I keep declining.
I mean, I seen your post on Tinder. That's what I see.
Why are you on Tinder?
Man,
We'll talk about that later.
I didn't read it. I just saw the pictures. I thought you were stung by a bee or something.
All right.
Put the picture right here.
Let's stop. Let's go. Keep going.
So that's pretty much it. I mean, I like to hang out with my family. Been rollerblading. Rollerblading, I love it. I picked it back up after like 26 years. Yeah, had some road rash, but it's okay,
Do you wear long socks, man?
I don't wear socks. But
You rollerblade without socks on?
what's that?
You rollerblade without socks on?
Yeah, because you rollerblade on wheels, bro.
No, I have rollerblades. I rollerblade. I can't imagine doing it without
Low socks.
Low socks. Okay, low
Okay.
socks. All right.
That's.
In my mind, I'm seeing long white socks.
I feel like you're seeing roller skates.
Yes,
That's what you're
yes,
thinking
that's what
about.
I'm seeing, man. That
And
is
then
what
my
I'm
flannel shirt buttoned up to here.
Okay, all right, let's
That's
keep
my
going.
low ride.
Gosh, it's hilarious.
All right, what else are you doing, man, in the community?
What else am I doing? Well, I belong to co-host on the Hreba show.
That's right.
Which is the
Shout
Hispanic
out
Real
to
Estate
Hreba.
Broker Hispanic Real Estate Brokers Association, and we're promoting financial literacy to low to moderate income communities. So that's where I met everybody here. So it's a great organization. We all have serving hearts. We're out there promoting, like I said, financial literacy to people that want to buy homes, maybe not now, but getting them prepared, and just being part of different organizations. I'm very family oriented, so I try to get my kids as involved as many events that we have. Just to do intake or just help set up or whatever that may be. Teaching your kids young to be part of a bigger community, right? Not community, not a neighborhood, because it's all about community. So yeah, I'm also the community outreach director there. So anybody that wants to be part of the organization, whether in whatever aspect of real estate you're in, come on in. Either title companies, loan officers, real estate agents. I don't know about insurance agents. No, I'm just kidding. Insurance agents.
They're kind of
Anything.
breaking in, man. They're coming in. They're infiltrating.
Right.
know?
Anything. Come on in. Be a part of it. Reach out to the community. Like Leticia says, the CEO, together we're better.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Also involved in the PTA at two of my kids' schools, soon to be in the third one, hopefully. I just take on too much for me.
Yes.
I'm in the parent safety patrol on every morning. So somebody is, and that's for the past 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Except during that COVID period. But just out there.
Staying active and healthy.
Staying active. I'm like that nosy dad that gets involved.
How old are the kids?
Huh?
How old are your kids right now?
52, 33, 16, 13, and 9.
Oh, man. Oh, you get a lot of activity going on right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's a lot.
Yeah,
So
my son just got invited and got selected to be part of a advisory board of a national foundation where they're starting to find ways to help kids transition into different, from 6th grade, from 5th grammar school to middle school to high school and college, and the challenges that they feel. Who better to give advisory than the kids that are actually living through it or had just gone through it? So kudos to them.
Yeah, exactly, man.
So that's it.
It's following Dad's footsteps, man.
Yeah, but a lot smarter.
All right, man. Val, tell us about you. We got to jump right to you.
Well, let's see. I'm easygoing, fun. Everybody loves me. No, I don't know.
Oh, really? Let's
yeah.
ask.
No, so I'm a real estate broker here in town. Love doing real estate. Grew up originally from the Valley. Moved up here when I was 7. Went to a school in Irving, which is now 89% Hispanic. When I went there, I was the only Mexican kid in the school. So when I graduated, there was 4 of us. So,
4?
Wow. So think about that change. I graduated in 91. So just from 91 to now, it's turned from being 4 of us to 89% Hispanic school. So
man,
that's the life I'm from. So very simple.
Yeah.
Very simple life. Outside of work, I guess you'd say about as redneck as you can get. My activities include hunting and fishing, and that's about it.
Hunting and fishing?
Hunting and fishing.
Really? So you
hunting and fishing, hanging out.
You have any deer heads in your house?
Oh, no, they're not allowed in the house, but I have them all over. I had this giant patio built at our house, and they are all over the patio. And this year I'm going to be putting a bear head out there because I have bear issues at my deer lease. We have tons of bears now, so
Really?
makes it a little scary, yeah, because now you're also being hunted as well.
Oh my gosh.
These aren't these little bitty
Makes
bears.
it more fun.
It's
Exciting.
Now,
well, exciting's the word, yeah.
now let me ask you about deer hunting. I've always thought like it's not. I don't know how you do it. Someone asked, and I know nothing about it. But you see these things on TV where they get in these little like cabins or little stands, and basically you're just picking these deers off. Now is that considered hunting, or is that considered more just sport? Like hunting to me is just like you're out there and you're looking for.
There's 2 kinds.
Yeah, you're looking for targets.
Well, there's 2 kinds. There's people that go out into the woods and will walk all day long and spot and stalk and see what they find, or they'll sit on a tree and wait all day to see if something walks by them. Yeah, I ain't got time for that.
So
You get cold.
You're
long.
in the little buildings that I'm talking about. Is
Yeah,
that
I
what
like to
you
go
do?
to. I like to go to the little buildings, kind of hang out or sit out in a tree stand and sit. We know where these deer are coming. We're feeding them a lot of the times. A lot of times we're over farmland where they're coming in to eat. So they're coming. It's just a matter of time. To make it challenging, because I always say hunting with a rifle is incredibly simple. You can sit 300 yards away from them and shoot them. But bow hunting, you got to be within 30 yards. So it's really close.
Okay.
Now you got to remember, this animal can smell you a mile away. It can see everything. It can hear everything. It actually moves faster than your arrow can move. So there's a lot of challenge to it. Even I would tell you, if you've never done it before, if you haven't done it for years, if we tied a deer up by with a rope and it told you shoot it with a bow, you'd miss it. You'd miss it 20 out of 21 times. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna wait for the invite
Challenge
to go
accepted.
do some bow hunting with you.
Yes.
That's how you hunt predominantly.
Predominantly, yeah.
With the bow. Wow. Okay, so that's different. Because with the gun, I'm just like, you're just sitting there and you're picking. We used to, when I was a kid, my dad would go and shoot. My grandpa in any field we'd find, and they throw the highlights on the rabbits, and they just freeze, and then you just pick them off, like that.
Yeah, and then I'm not just hunting. You can go anywhere and shoot a deer to get meat for your freezer. That's not what I'm doing. I want the meat, but I want it off these giant trophy animals. So I will go 4 or 5 years and not shoot anything just because it wasn't big enough.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's what I'm doing.
Interesting.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Actually, 2. First one, when you're out with your friends, your hunters, your avid hunters that have been doing this for years, do you go say, let's go to the little buildings?
No. No.
What are they called?
They're stands. Yeah, they're just called stands.
Almost like little houses. Like, can I buy one of those, man? Can I put one?
In today's market,
Yeah.
And the better question is, can you insure it?
Oh, hey, they can insure anything. I promise you.
I'll take a look at it.
Sorry. Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything you're involved in? You got kids, right?
Yeah, I
You
got kids. So I got one that just went off to college. As I was going to ask you, do you ever stop paying for kids?
Absolutely not.
What do you
no. What do you mean? See what he's eating?
No, I got one that just went off to Oklahoma State. Go Pokes. She's super excited. She's been there like 2 weeks now, so
Nice.
I'm loving it. We done converted her room into another office, so yeah, she ain't coming back. She is
Man,
not
that
coming
was
back,
fast.
dude. The car hadn't even stopped. My wife over there was converting stuff. Then I have two more. I have a junior in high school who won the All-State Goalie Award for the state of Texas last year. So she was the best in the state. She's getting recruited. So we're going out to see schools and trying to figure out what school's going to work best for her.
Nice.
And then I have a 10-year-old who does basketball, football, wrestling is his number one thing. He wrestles year-round. And lacrosse. So we are always busy.
Wow,
It never
lacrosse.
ends. Yeah.
That's fun.
Interesting. Yeah, that looks like a cool sport. I would
Yeah.
have loved to have tried that in my younger day, but not anymore.
Still do it?
No, not anymore.
Tell them.
I challenge you.
We already got enough challenges
that
here.
one.
I'll take that. I'll play, he'll pay. For that one, okay.
Just see you play lacrosse. Yeah, I'll pay whatever. Whatever it
It's like
costs.
that, right? It's just,
Yeah.
it's just the
Yeah,
flip
it's
of the
easy.
wrist.
Sure.
man.
So no, that's the biggest thing that takes up most of our life. We're highly involved in our church. I do the security there. I cannot tell you if I'm packing or not,
Oh man, okay.
but I am.
What would you
Yeah, but he's got his bow on his back, you know.
Yeah,
Come
not
on.
a gun. Just a bow.
Come on, just give me a reason, you know.
You look like a deer.
Hey, don't come be crazy at our church. So
There you go.
So that's pretty much us, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you have a beautiful wife.
Yes.
There you go. All right. So, who, I don't know how I know, but, yeah, we just know, that you do. So,
You want to know a wife story? This is ridiculous.
Oh, no.
Man, he just got you some brownie points.
No.
Here we
Get
go.
this. So we do not trust each other when we go to the doctor because we will, hey, what the doctor say? Yeah, she said I'm good, right?
Yeah.
So she comes with me, but what she doesn't tell you, and the doctor thinks it's funny, is she will stand behind them when they're getting my blood pressure, right? And she'll flash me. My blood pressure will go up a little bit. They have to do it twice.
no, I don't believe that story.
Look,
I don't
turn
believe
and
that
look.
story. No. This is not that show. I already told you guys.
Yeah, so I normally got to get that blood pressure done twice. Or now they've asked her to leave the room when they do it.
Oh God! Hey, hey, in marriage, anything goes, right? It's your marriage, man. You guys have a great relationship. Oh God!
Gabe's not uncomfortable at all.
Oh man. Okay. All right, Christian. Let's go into the questions.
We got the questions. When you get mad, what is your go-to word or phrase?
Mine?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Okay. And then he repents.
Just say, no, it's normally, dang it, damn it, something like that. It's
Well, we're talking really
It's
mad.
normally real under my breath, though. It takes a lot to get me kind of mad. So no,
If you get to that point,
if I get to that point, yeah, it's already way too late. Like for me, it's way too late.
It's over. All right, so what about you?
Oh, man. There's not one word. Just depends on the
it can be
situation.
English or Spanish. Either way.
Phrase? It could be a phrase.
Yeah.
Well, usually it's like, what side of stupid are you? Well, I feel weird swearing, so in front of people.
All right.
Unless you're mad.
Yeah.
Which
What
today
side
you're
of
not
fucking
mad.
stupid? Are you? That's
He
what
worked
is.
it up. Dude.
There he goes. Oh, you got that, man. You went too far, man. You went too far with
I
that.
feel like you gave yourself a little pep talk inside your head before you did
Yeah,
that.
he was controlling himself.
you
That's
got-
not
you
what he
got
texted me earlier.
All right, Alex.
Oh man, well obviously I'm a big fan of
Like when I
of
beat
this
you at
show.
basketball, what do you?
Oh, man. Wow.
Well, we know that won't happen. But yeah, it's usually if you ever do hear me swear, I try not to, but it's definitely on the basketball court. And scenario-wise, you would appreciate this, Christian, is when the game is close, you're playing pickup ball, and it's the shot to win the game, and it rattles in and out. That's when the big F word echoes through the LA Fitness in color,
goes
and the receptionist will hear it in the front. So yeah, that's when the word comes out, man. Unfortunately,
That's funny. So
yeah,
F word.
the F word comes out, absolutely.
You gotta make it quiet. You gotta make it quiet.
Well, and that's what I was going to say about
I
Christian.
don't know that feeling.
Yeah. I'll tell you about Christian. When he used to play baseball as a kid, and played for many years. And so now he'll join the softball leagues and still play, wants to be active. And so every now and then he invites me, hey, Dad, you want to come and watch us play? So, reluctantly sometimes it's like, all right, I'll go. I don't feel like go out there and do. But the times that I have went.
I have a game tonight, by the way.
It was probably, and I'm not going. It was about 3 or 4 times he invited me. And every time I go, he gets thrown out of the game. Over the stupidest things,
Women stupid.
He'll argue with the umpires. He'll say things that I'm like, it's softball, and he's in Christian leagues, and somehow he still gets thrown out every single time I go. He does something like
Somehow
that.
they still let me back.
Yes. So I don't know if you really want to play with him.
do.
Yeah.
It's good for rating.
That's when I was 25.
That was last year. Yeah.
That was before I had kids and a family. And
Very
like that.
competitive, man. Very competitive. But I do want to see this game. So, all right. Well, Matt, we're actually doing really good on time. For some reason, I thought we were
rushing through.
Yeah. So let's jump back to you guys on the Chicago, because you didn't answer my question. The Chicago, gang, Al Capone story, anything out there that, gangster. Okay, gangster. Yes. Like I want to hear something from someone that's been out there and knows
You
some
think they were
better,
alive?
no,
How
but
old do you
knows
think
better
Sal is?
stories, actual stories.
Go ahead.
So
Let's hear from the old guy.
the old guy, right?
was
The
around.
senior of the bunch.
He was friends with Al.
Actually, I was. Not that Al, though. But,
They used to smoke cigars.
actually, one of my clients lived in a house that Al Capone lived in. And they had a tunnel that would go under the alley and would come out on another side.
No
of the house.
way,
Yeah.
really?
Right.
And it still was there?
It's still there. She owns the house and she still lives in it. So,
Oh man.
yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Yeah, that is
So-
That was really cool.
cool. Good way for teenagers sneaking out of their house, right? If you own that house.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a little bit before my time. You have the St. Valentine's Massacre
Yeah.
with.
What's up?
You never heard of it?
I don't know that story.
Oh man.
Google it.
I was ready for a good story. I'll YouTube it. Somebody will tell that story.
Yeah. Oh, it's very famous.
It happened on St. Valentine's.
Yeah. And it was a
So-
massacre.
Right.
Well, I mean, I got the gist of it.
He's
It's like-
telling the story.
There you go.
Spoiler alert.
So that's my claim to fame to gangsters.
Right
So,
there.
yeah.
That's pretty cool. So you did you do that loan on that house?
Yeah, I did.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Was the house
All right.
worth
was-
more?
What's that?
Was it worth more?
No, it isn't.
didn't matter.
Actually, they just sold Al Capone's house not too long ago. They were selling it originally for 102, in really bad shape, and they finally sold it a couple years ago. Yeah, just your normal home. I mean,
Yeah.
he just grew up there.
Just a basic.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, someone's calling. Maybe
So
you know.
in regards to the home that Al Capone did have, he had several homes in Chicagoland area. I was Senator mentioned this in the intro. I was actually a realtor at the time in Chicago. So we actually, when that house came up, there was like all the realtors, whether they had a client or not, wanted to go see
it.
wanted to go see
Go
the
show
home.
it.
So there was a line to go see it. Some brought active buyers, clients. Some just wanted, like me, just wanted to walk through and just check it out. But it was a huge line. I remember walking through it, and I thought it was just so cool. I mean, he's a Chicago icon, right? I wish it would have been for things positive.
Yeah.
Even him, though, did start soup kitchens in Chicago, in Cicero, in the town of Cicero there. But I thought it was cool to walk through it and to see it and to see the home.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
So on that home, did the tunnel, was it like revealed prior to the sale, or this was something she discovered like after they bought the home?
Well, I mean, they made mention of it because they know, but I mean, it wasn't a selling feature.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, it's blocked off, so you can't really go under.
Oh, I
So,
see.
But I mean, it was. If
I-
anything
one-
happened here, he can dodge up.
There you go. Yeah.
Frank Navy has a home similar to that. You know,
That's cool.
what they did. I mean,
Yeah.
Man, think if you could unblock it and remodel it, make it a nice bar.
Yeah, I know.
Cool man's cave.
Really, that would be cool.
Call it the Capone.
Hey, there, look at that.
Like
He's
that.
But
ready.
you don't own that
Like a
land.
marketer
You don't
over
own, but you don't own that part of the
Shh, nobody needs
Yeah.
the man cave.
Yeah, you just have everybody going in through that secret tunnel, into the house and set up. No, that's cool. That's cool. Any other Chicago stories, man, that we wouldn't know that we should know from you guys out there? Any Michael Jordan stories that maybe?
Well, I mean, this is personal.
Okay.
Actually, it was at it was a fun weekend, Memorial Day weekend, a few years ago, and we got up that morning like, let's go to a playoff game. So we bought we scalped some tickets, went to the game, nosebleed section, and we're driving by Michael Jordan's restaurant. So I'm like, told my buddy, I'm like, let's go. He's like, look at the line. I'm like, just follow me. So we went all the way up to the line. Kid and Play, if you know who Kid and Play is.
I remember,
They
yes.
were walking in, so we walked in with them.
The entourage.
We walked in with them, and we went upstairs. I met his father, Mr. Jordan. I met a bunch of other guests, celebrities, and I
Wow.
met Michael there. It was great, So
You met Michael
I
Jordan?
Met Michael there.
Really?
Yeah, because he was with his, he was
Yeah.
coming to walk to meet his dad. I mean, he didn't have a conversation with me.
You seen him?
Yeah, but I did have a slight conversation with his dad, so that was
That's
about
cool.
a week or two before he.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's my claim to fame.
There you go, man.
So in Chicago, we call that he met him, regardless. We were in the same
Even though
room.
he didn't meet him.
Bye.
Yeah.
If you were around the presence of greatness in him.
I was floating.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to say hi or meet him, but at his son, Jeffrey, his first high school game was played at the high school where I went. So we, everyone wasn't expecting, or we were expecting Jordan to show up, and sure enough, yeah. So Jordan came and he sat, and it was like from here and a little bit over here, and we were sitting. I'm like, I'm gonna sit in the front row because they're not gonna put Michael anywhere else. So they put a little spot for him. We were sitting really close, and I'm like, no, I never got to see him live. Never got to see him. Like, as hard as it was. Being born on the South Side, money wise, the Bulls weren't giving us free tickets. You know what I mean? So, but I got to see that. And I got to see his son play,
That's
and I'm
cool.
like, well, hey, that's close enough.
I'd say you met him.
You met him.
I met him.
Yeah, you met Jordan,
There you go.
and he probably remembers you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, and I will tell you, I had an encounter like that years ago. So his favorite baseball player was Chipper Jones. Growing up, and stuff. So I'm working for another title company in California. We fly into this the airport, but it's like a private jet. So we don't use the normal terminal. And we go in there. It's a small terminal, and I look over and I see Chipper Jones,
Derek
Jeter,
Roger Clemens,
all standing together like you guys, talking and like joking and laughing. And I remember looking over there and I'm like, my God! I remember telling the guy like that's the and the guy's, oh yeah, he goes, they use this this airport all the time, it's private. He goes, but we can't go bother them or talk to them. And he goes, but you can, like if you want. So we didn't have the phones with the cameras like this, and there's piece of crap flip phones and everything. But his favorite player was Chipper Jones. I'm like, I gotta get his autograph. I gotta go. So I remember walking over there, and it's like Chipper Jones is right here in the middle. You got Derek Jeter and Roger Clemens on the sides. And I walk up to him, and I don't know I'm starstruck. These guys are huge. I mean, like, they're bigger than life, in real person. They're tall, they're big. I mean, they're just, and I'm like, I walk up to, and I was like, focused on Chipper, and I'm like, Mr. Jones, can I get your autograph for my son? I have a business card. And I'm just like, could you, sign? Yeah, no problem. He's like, what's your son's name? Christian. He signs the card, and then I get it, and I walk away, and I don't acknowledge Chipper.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Chipper loves
Yeah. Derek Jeter right there. I could care less about Roger Clemens, but he's an all-star. He's great. But I was like, oh my God. I had the opportunity. Yeah, that's all three of them. And I totally I was starstruck, man. I was.
They were his entourage.
I remember as I turned, Derek Jeter was just like, looked at me like, are you kidding me?
You literally chose the least famous one.
The least famous one, yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh my gosh.
technically I met them
You should
all.
have left. I hate the Yankees.
Yeah.
Walked away.
Man, that is a great autograph.
Oh man, I couldn't believe it. And then my boss at the time was like, I was telling him, like, did you see those guys? And he's like, oh, who are those guys? He goes, I'm into polo or something. I'm like, oh my gosh, man. So yeah, that was my closest, yeah. But yeah, stupid of me, man. I don't even know if you had that card. Did you lose it?
Yeah, I lost it.
You lost it somewhere along the way.
He left it on his bike.
As a spokes, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, man.
I wrote should have been Jeter.
Wish I had Jeter's.
I have a similar story, not about getting the autographs or what, but I had I used to do some professional baseball players loans. So we had a real challenge with the title company. They had the gentleman's name. He was a pitcher for one of the Chicago teams, Hispanic name, and big, very well-known player. And they were just giving me a hard time, this title company, because of the last name, I guess. The next day, we're at the closing table, and this giant of a man just comes in from Arizona because they spring training, right?
Yeah.
So he comes in, and this huge guy.
They're big.
I would always see him on TV, and I thought he was
Yeah,
the size.
exactly.
His hands were like the size of a bear. And all of a sudden, the owner of that title company changed her tone. Oh, Mr. So-and-so, can you sign? She sent her assistant to go get his jersey.
Oh my God.
It. And the funny thing is, his attorney turned out to be a cousin, somewhat unknown. It was just a great time.
Oh, wow.
I think you know who I'm talking about. He was really
Tell us off
giving
air.
a lot into the Hispanic community. Yeah. So, I mean, this guy was just awesome.
No, that's cool, man.
Aren't autographs funny? I mean, what do you do with them? Just kind of hold on. They're kind of.
Yes.
Nothing.
Yeah, why do you want it? Yeah, it's true.
So back in the day, I used to help with motocross. We would go and set up these events. The biggest guy in motocross was named Ricky Carmichael, and this was probably 10 years ago, 15 years ago now. And we'd go out there, and my best friend was all into motocross. He had a son that was 5 or 6, and he had a little bike, and he was out there racing. Well, they came out there. So Ricky Carmichael rode. I used to work for Makita Power Tools. Well, he used to ride for our company. We're their major sponsors. So he'd come out to we had a giant 18-wheeler, right? And he'd come and sign these autograph posters and stuff. I never thought about getting the kid one. I just never crossed my mind, right? So they were out there and they came, and Ricky was already gone. He'd come, did a signing, and left. And my buddy shows up and he goes, "Man, I should have got one of these for Jake." And I was like, "No worries, dude." So I take the poster, open it up, and write, "Dear Jake, kick ass on the Burns, Ricky." Right? Kid had it in his room for years. Right? Me and the dad laugh about it still.
Oh, my
and
God.
he knows about it now. Now he's just up there because he thinks it's funny. But I mean, he had no different. He didn't know any different, right?
He's all happy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So.
No, okay, I wouldn't do that, man. That's crossing the line.
Dude,
man.
I told you I was a little redneck.
Did you really meet Chipper Jones?
Okay, real quick. Now we're running out of time. Real quick, my question to you is, what advice would you give to someone like your children that you would advise them not to do in life? Not to do.
I tell my children 2 things all the time. Don't ever be content with life, because life does not stand still. Life's always moving. So I would tell you, you've got to be advancing with life. Figure out what it is you want to do and go chase it as hard as you can all the time. Because you can have a great job today, but in 2 or 3 years, that job's not going to be great anymore. It's just going to be a job.
Yeah.
So keep pursuing what you're active
Don't
over
be
and
content.
go after it. And then the last thing I tell them, and this may be the best advice I ever heard or ever understood or finally figured out, do not ever be afraid to go talk to someone. It doesn't matter what they do, how much money they make, where they work, what they are. It doesn't matter. You can be awestruck at people, but they are ultimately just a person. They are just a person. Go and have a conversation with them and learn from them and go
There you
from
go.
it.
I like it. Sal.
So I always tell my kids, don't be in a room. Pretty much a similar. Don't stay in a room where you're not the smartest person. I mean, don't stay in a room where you are the smartest person.
Terrible advice.
Where you are the smartest person. Because that means you're not growing. Right?
Yes.
So that's don't stay in a room that you're not where you are the smartest person.
That's good.
Because they feel. I mean, they're somewhat intelligent, and I'm like, don't just rest. I mean, you need to continue to develop yourself personally, professionally, and that's what I tell them pretty much.
Good.
And
I like
don't
it.
settle. Just
Don't settle.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
good.
man.
That's good.
So Sal actually stole the actual word I was gonna say. I always tell don't settle.
Don't settle.
Don't
there you
settle,
go.
man. That one's my biggest one where I'll try to let him know. You know what I mean? I also talk to my son a lot. We have a similar, man. That's why I like the podcast, right? Father and son. So when we have opportunities to chat, I do always mention that, like, hey, don't settle in whatever you're in, wherever you're comfortable at. Things change, life changes, and I'm like, I've always taught them not to be afraid to lose, not afraid to switch careers, not afraid to switch things up. I'm like, it's how you adapt right after that. So that's what we talk about all the time. And I as a kid, as I expose him to different things, and as he's learning, he's like, I want to do this when I grow up. And I'm like, cool. 10 years ago, I was working at a bank. I had no idea I was gonna be living in Texas. I had no idea I was gonna be at the time I wasn't even a realtor. I did not know I was gonna purchase an Allstate agency. There's a lot of things. I'm like, some things I'm like, none of that was planned.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's where opportunities come along. I'm like, the one thing I was prepared for is I was prepared for something to come our way, and I'm not afraid to take those leaps and those challenges. So those are things that we normally like chat about.
All good advice.
I like it.
Yeah, that's why you guys are who you are and doing what you're doing. So very good, very good. All right, now what time it is?
Right on time.
We're right on time. All right, the last 20 minutes of the
Kind of
show.
good at this thing, huh?
Yeah, yeah, we're getting right. And we were talking about that even earlier today, just about our own things, even what we're doing here, the podcast. Like, man, we got to continue. Like, it's real easy to start, well, we're doing it, and then just kind of die down. It's like, no, you got to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And, you know, a lot of times it's just like, man, just, you know, it's an emotional roller coaster sometimes, you know.
But from when I first met you, because you're newer to the area.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I'm trying to build business, and look at you. I mean, it's like in this short period of time, it feels like you know everybody. It feels like you're out there. I mean, I'm seeing you more and more on different with different companies, different not podcasts, but different helping other people try to do their social media platforms and helping them out. So kudos to you, man, because you moved here, you moved your entire family out here. We shared some stories. You're a man of faith. I mean, you're not afraid to say yes to something that may potentially grow, and I'm thinking you're passing that on to your kids from what I see.
Yeah, we're
They're
trying.
better
Man,
looking than you too.
Agreed.
But no, kudos to you, both of you.
Yeah, appreciate it, Sal. Appreciate that. Yeah, man, we jumped in and.
Well,
and
you're
we're
welcome for putting you everywhere on social media. You're welcome.
I don't know how to do any of it, you know.
You're just not going to see him anymore, just me everywhere. That's what's
Pretty soon it's gonna be double his face on.
Put a hat on there. It'll be
Oh man, no. So it's definitely don't settle, man. Just push and don't be afraid. And one thing I've never been is let's just do it. Like, I'm not the greatest planner of things. Of, you know, I'm gonna do this business. I'm gonna plan. Nothing wrong with that at all. Me, it's like, oh, okay, let's just go do it. Let's just try it. And yeah, exactly, man. You know, so but we do it, and hopefully he's catching some of that. Hopefully he'll be smarter at it than me. But we're trying, man. So thank you. But all right, last part of the show, man. We really give this time for you guys just to promote what you're doing. Obviously, promote Hreba, as you guys are all involved, but also your own personal stuff, what you're doing. So we got about 20 minutes left. Alex, we'll start with you.
Yeah, so with me, I'm an insurance agent with Allstate. I had the opportunity to purchase my agency from my uncle. My uncle founded it 12 years ago, so we've been helping a lot of people in the DFW area. Our whole office is Spanish speaking, which is amazing, and so we're able to service tons of communities, different neighborhoods in the DFW area. Our office is in Fort Worth.
Okay.
Allstate. So I go by Alex, but my full name is actually Alejandro. Alejandro Ruiz. So if you Google Alejandro Ruiz Allstate, you'll see me there a little bit. I have to step up my social media game, so I'll be taking one of your social media classes soon.
Yes, call us in, man. Let's do it.
We'll definitely have
But
to.
we charge insurance agents.
Oh no, that's fine. You guys charge. Yeah, no problem, man. I got you. But yeah, like I said, I didn't know. When I first was presented with the opportunity for Allstate, I was very honest. I told my uncle, I was like, I think insurance is boring. And when he talked to me about the actual business plan, I still was not fully convinced. And it wasn't until he honestly told me, he said, well, what we do is we help people. And I said, okay, there it is. So that's what helped. That's what guided me in the jobs that I worked at when I was doing nonprofit work or doing small business loans. It was always with the goal of, regardless of the money, I was like, am I helping other people? And if that is being checked, then I could pursue that. So that's what I do on the insurance. I mainly focus and I work with realtors and lenders for referrals based off of their clients for the insurance needs. So I still play a very small role. I have to be involved in real estate somehow, some way. So this was my opportunity to still stay, and I've had the opportunity to connect with Hreba and to be co-hosting. I had someone ask me like, was that something that you've done? I'm like, no, but it circles back to no, I'm not professionally trained. No, but if I'm given the opportunity that I can help others, I'm gonna take it. So, but yeah, that's a little bit about me and on the business side. We like I said, our concentration in the office is to work with on their home and their auto, and that's where Allstate comes in and helps.
There you go, man. I will say this, you know, it was the co-host job was really up in the air between me and you, man, and you know, Sal went with you, but I'm a little upset at Sal, but you know,
I knew something was as soon as he mentioned it, right? Yeah.
It's a Chicago thing.
yeah, you know, that's what it, South Side, man. It's South Side. I get it, you know. But
Hey, y'all notice minorities are never in the north side?
that's
Well, there's north side.
there's north side there.
North side forward.
It's the lone one.
No, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. You know, and yeah, I was gonna say you didn't get the concept of Allstate with the helping hands, man. I mean, that was not enough.
It's a miss.
You're in good hands with Allstate. Come on by, give me a call. But the other thing too, if you guys didn't know, the original Allstate actually got founded out of Sears, which back in the day, Sears was like the Amazon of
That's
the day.
right, yeah.
And so Allstate got founded through there, and it's their first office was actually on the south side of Chicago. So I always rock the blue because I roll with Allstate. My dad's actually been with Allstate for over 30 years. So like I said, it's a passion. Like I said, I had no idea that I would be doing insurance. But we're here to help.
There you are.
You're in good hands.
There you go, man. There you go.
Just like the advice we gave Sears, Blockbusters didn't advance. They just stayed content.
And they died.
That's true. Very true. Yeah, you got to be innovative, man. Consistently changing it up.
I do miss Blockbuster.
Mr. Sal.
What's the question again? I feel like I'm in front of the Congress
Tell us the truth, please.
itself. I do not commit any crimes. Anyway, so I'm a loan officer. So I work with SunWest Mortgage, family-owned company. I've been doing this. I always thought for the longest time it was 25 years. I started doing the math this morning. It's actually 29 and a half years that I've been doing real estate financing. Yeah.
You're older than you thought.
Well,
No, but I am helping kids in your generation and even a little older than you, because I've helped the grandparents like in 91, their kids in the early 2000s, and now, third generation. So
it's awesome.
So I'm the generational loan officer, I guess.
transcending.
So longevity, right? So the company that I work for has been owned by the same family for the past 42 years. So it's family owned. No board of directors or anything like that. It's just family owned, and they run it as almost like a family. So it's pretty cool. I can call any of the owners of the company and give my grievances or ask for exceptions or whatever that may be. So since we're a direct lender, we do not add. In most cases, we do not add any internal corporate policies on top of the actual guidelines from like the agencies, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, VA. So because of that, we're able to help more homeowners, and we do everything in-house. Our operations is 24 hours actually, from 6 o'clock Sunday night through Saturday morning at 9 a.m. So 24 hours is just humming.
Okay.
Not me, but the company.
Yeah.
So, and on top of that, we're doing the non-QM loans, and we're closing those in less than 20 days. And those typically take a little longer because you have to send them to an investor, and we don't. We do everything in-house. So
nice.
They're humming pretty quickly and helping more homeowners. So again, I've been doing this for 28 years, 29 and a half years. I keep saying a lower number. I wish it was lower. But that's what we do. I mean, we're out there to help the community, help homeowners find ways of not everybody should be in a house, right?
Sure.
But the ones that should, we should push a little harder to help them. Yeah. And because of that, I look for different organizations to be a part of, where we're either promoting training to the professional in real estate, or to the end user, which is the homeowner or the home buyer, and the professional. And that's why I chose to be part of Hreba, Hispanic Real Estate Brokers Association, and NAREP, the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. Both have similar missions. They're different, but similar.
Yeah.
And the main focus is to help create generational, promote home ownership. All right, promote home ownership. One is promoting generational wealth. The other one is promoting financial literacy to the underserved, right? So, and it's not just the Hispanic community. Just because we have Hispanic in our name, we're reaching out to all types of underserved communities. We're here to promote financial literacy so that they can buy their home. Because as we all know, having your own home sets a different mindset in the family. The kids see that you have pride in your home because you're taking care of it, you're cleaning it, you're cutting the grass, you're showing your kids, you're teaching your kids, not just by example, but then you're giving them their chores. Cut the grass, help me paint, do whatever. Now they're learning some certain skills that's going to help them in life.
Sure.
So home ownership has a lot more to do with, owning a home has a lot more to do than just paying your own mortgage. That's where you're building your dreams, right?
Yeah.
That's where you're building, where you sit with your wife or your spouse or whoever that may be, and you're creating a business plan for a new business that you're trying to get off the ground. Where your kids' birthday parties are being celebrated in their backyards, where you have family that are coming out of town and they're staying in your home, and you're opening your heart pretty much to them.
Yeah.
And in some cases, you're closing that door and not answering the phone. But
We moved.
no people aquí. They don't live here no more. But that's what. That's my.
There you go.
That's where I'm at.
There you go, man. There you go. Val.
I'm a real estate broker. So here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we have a small brokerage. We have about 18 agents that work for us. We initially started it just being got tired of paying fees to other people. So I was like, we're going to open our own and just not pay any fees to anybody, and we're just going to make what we make. And then as we got into it, we're like, I didn't have a lot of extra income to pay for all the fees. And the wife and I got together and we're like, hey, what can we do for other agents out there that are just starting up in this business? People don't understand that you have to pay money to be in real estate. So if you're not selling properties, you're losing money. I mean, it's costing you to have a business card to hand out to people. So what the wife and I did, we came up with an idea. Let's make our boutique brokerage accessible for people that want to start in this business and get going. So we offer a flat fee to our agents. There's no, whether you've been in the business one day or 50 years, it's going to cost the same to work for us, and you only pay when you close on a house. We pick up their lock boxes, yard signs, business cards, headshots, anything it takes to do in real estate other than paying your Texas fees, your licensing fees, which we can't do. We cover for you. So we get a lot of new agents that come because it is a great way to start in the business and not be sinking, not be worrying about, oh, where's my money? Where's my money? I'm paying out again this month. I'm paying out again this month. So we really help that way, which in essence has got us a lot of good people that have stayed very loyal to us, and we're slowly growing. We have a long-term goal of short-term of 50 agents in 3 years and 100 agents in 5 years, my plan. So that's kind of what we want to be on moving forward and going. So some of the things we do a little different than other people is when we say we truly didn't get into it for the money, it was a passion of mine. I love seeing properties and learning about them and why they build them and what they do. We've gone on vacations to other countries, and I've gone into open houses to see how people sell those properties overseas or how they sell them somewhere else. Is there anything I can bring back here to do in our business to help it work even better? Drive some people on vacation crazy, but she's learned just to accept it. It's just
I doubt that.
It's just gonna happen, man. I'm passionate about my business. I love teaching people, this is how you do it, this is how you do it. Everybody says real estate's hard. It was never hard to me. They told me the first year you're going to sell like 2 houses. I did 16. I was like, dude, you know, it just happens. I got lucky into it, but it's a lot of work going forward. So the other thing we wanted to do is we're like, how do we get back to our community? What can we do to help people? We're very big into our faith and our religion. So we're like, hey, anybody that is a full-time employee that works for a church in ministry, something like that, we're going to sell your house for free. We're not going to charge you a single dollar. We even take the pictures of the house. So it costs us about $300 to sell your house. So it normally saves them quite a bit of money to do it. Which in essence, we get it. You know, the only thing we ask of them is, hey, can we purchase your next house? But what we've learned in the ministry is when people leave one church, they're normally leaving out of the city or going to another state somewhere else. So a lot of times we're just doing it because that's how we give back. So what we started thinking about is who else can we help? And I have about 8 teachers on my side of the family. My wife has 9, maybe even 10 or 12 now. I don't know. They just keep growing. And school used to be, you would show up at school, teachers would show up at school at 7 o'clock, they'd leave at 3:30, 4 o'clock, and then we're done for the day. Everybody we know, our family members, are like, hey, school starts for us at like 6 in the morning, and we don't finish till like 9 o'clock. Because they just keep adding things and adding things and adding things for them to do. And a lot of it is not on their time, not on school time. It's after work or whatever. So we have started selling teachers' houses for free as well. If you're a full-time teacher at a school, we sell your house for free. We do ask that we get to purchase your next house because that's where we make the money.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to get some of these ISDs here in Dallas-Fort Worth that are letting me come in, let the teachers know about this, but it's really helping spreading through teacher from teacher, spreading it across. So if anybody out there listening, you're a teacher and you're thinking about selling your house, give us a call because we do it for free. On the average, we save teachers $12,000 to $18,000 that they get to keep from the sale of their house.
That's nice.
Yeah, so it's a big chunk. A lot of agents won't do it. I don't know of anybody else doing it because you do lose that money up front. You're having to work to do it, but that's what we are, and we're like, that's how we can give back. But on the flip side, it comes back to us, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And word of mouth is awesome for us. So
That
if
is
you're a teacher and you don't have a home to sell, and you're buying your first home, we rebate you 1% of our 3% back towards your closing costs, so you don't have to come out of pocket near as much.
That's nice too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wish
Very,
I knew that
very
when I was
good.
working at a church, huh?
All right,
I'm
man.
gonna move. I'm gonna be selling my house soon, so I'm gonna join his church.
It's out there is no job they'll hire you for.
You're the exception to the rule, man.
You're about to crumble
Hey.
the whole thing.
You come to my church, Sal, you're gonna be on the watch list.
You're gonna have that arrow right through
Yeah,
your
you have a bow pointed at you the
He's
whole
gonna be in the
time.
parking lot, just wham.
It's all right as long as you tell it.
All right, gentlemen, we're down to 2 minutes now, 3 minutes. Give your numbers, your social media. Each one of you. Val, we'll start with you. Your number.
Phone number is 469-647-8729. You can catch me on Facebook at valenrealty.com, VALEN realty.com. That's how you get me.
There you go.
I'm
Valen
on
Realty is
I'm
the
on
company.
everything: Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, the works.
There we go.
Twitter, TikTok, you name it.
All
I'm on
right,
all of it.
Sal.
You can reach me at area code 708-860-1135. Again, 708-860-1135. My email is my full name, Salvador.Villalobos. That's SALVADOR. V as in Victor, ILLALOBOS. At
Forget it, man.
Time's up.
I want to repeat it again, guys. That's Salvador.Villalobos at SWMC.com. That's SunWest.
I'll write it on there, man. I'm going to write it on there.
My Tinder account number.
They'll never find me.
I thought Sal was looking for a customer. That's not.
You're never coming back on our show, Sal. All right, Alex, take us
Call our
out.
office 817-484-6801, or you just shoot me an email. It's aruiz, ARUIZ @allstate.com.
You see that,
go.
Sal? You see how he did
Yeah,
that? Quick.
That's how you do it, man. And value.
Sounds like under space, over space hyphen.
He lowered a voice, his voice an octave. Started whispering to the microphone.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you so much. I know you're all involved with Hreba. I wish we had more time. I wanted to give more of a shout out to Hreba, but hey, Hreba, yeah, you guys, these are the hosts. Thank you guys. The other #1 podcast show in DFW, the host, Hreba Show. There you go. Go check them out and join Hreba and network with them. A great network. Leticia, hi. And yes.
Part of them.
Yeah, we're part of it.
Yes,
We're
and with
corporate
us.
sponsors, by the way.
Yes, yeah, we are corporate sponsor. I forget about that all the time. All right. Take us out, Gabe, with some of that good California music, man, you know. Snoop, there we go. Oh, man, it was fun, you guys. Thank you.